I'm Teresa Woodard with a look at your North Texas headlines, and we begin with a decision in Karmelo Anthony's request for a new trial. On Saturday, a judge denied that request. Anthony is a teenager from Frisco. He was convicted in June of stabbing and killing a fellow high school athlete, Austin Metcalf, at a track meet. Anthony was then sentenced to 35 years in prison. Rebecca Lopez has covered the story from the very beginning. She has more now on the ruling and where the case goes from here.
Emotions have been high throughout this case. Karmelo Anthony's supporters had hoped 2 days of testimony would lead to a new trial, but that was denied. Meanwhile, Austin Metcalf's family has fought to keep Anthony in prison. During that hearing, both sides heard disturbing and graphic details about both Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf's past.
I know that there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings right now, and a lot of that is because this is the first time that people heard a lot of this stuff.
Anthony's attorneys argued restrictions on public access, including limited seating and no overflow courtroom, violated his right to a public trial. And they said an agreement between the two sides to keep character information out of the trial fell apart, so Karmelo Anthony didn't take the stand to claim self-defense. A judge said after hearing and looking at all of the evidence, Anthony isn't getting a new trial. His attorney, Russell Wilson, said, "We respectfully disagree with the ruling. The denial of our motion does not end this case. We will continue the appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals and pursue every legal remedy available to our client." District Attorney Greg Willis says, "We respect and expected the court's decision denying the motion for a new trial. The jury's guilty verdict stands, and we remain confident in the process." The Metcalf family says it is not ready to speak publicly about the ruling. Pastor Bruce Carter, speaking for the Austin Metcalf Foundation, says both families are living with the consequences.
Someone's child is in the grave and another person's child is facing 35 years. There are no winners. And if this foundation can save one group of kids and families from this pain, I'm all in.
The ruling ends Anthony's fight for a new trial in this courtroom. But for the two families forever changed by one deadly encounter, the emotional and legal battles are far from over. In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
Everyone, you could tell, was very on edge and watching, and there was a lot of commotion.
A laptop battery caught fire on board an American Airlines flight from Atlanta to Dallas. That flight landed safely at DFW Airport Friday night, but one person did have to be treated for burns. There was a lot of concern among the passengers, and Aaron Heft spoke with some of them.
Right before landing, a passenger starts to scream that his laptop is on fire. That's the reality of an American Airlines flight that landed here at DFW.
A lithium battery starts a fire on board a flight from Atlanta to Dallas.
I think we have about 4 to 5 passengers that were burned by the laptop. The laptop is contained about mid-aircraft.
This video was taken by Carly Smith, who was sitting just 2 rows away.
I just took off my headphones because I saw all the smoke, and then I saw the flames. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wasn't scared, because that's just a crazy thing that you don't think about happening.
She said smoke filled the air as flight attendants put out the flames and helped those who were burned.
Guys whose computer it was had pretty bad burns. He had to be wrapped up.
Just want to let you know that they are going to close the runway after you touch down. That is for you, and you just let me know what you need to do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we need medical more than anything. But we'll coordinate with them once we get on the ground.
Firefighters immediately on board once touching down. The FAA saying in part, quote, American Airlines Flight 2398 landed safely. The crew reported a laptop battery fire on board. Flight attendants contained the fire with a thermal containment bag. The FAA is investigating. Jessica Urgens was also on board.
I was like, this is it. This is, I was not thinking very positive thoughts. It was definitely very scary. It wasn't very comforting. The flight attendants came up there shortly after, and then they yelled code red.
American Airlines saying in part, quote, we thank our crew for their professionalism and swift response to quickly contain the device.
According to the FAA, as of mid-August of this year, there have been 58 verified lithium battery incidents in the air, more than 50% of which have been battery or battery pack related. The remaining incidents were either laptops, cell phones, or e-cigarette and vapes. In Dallas, I'm Aaron Heft.
It's also important to note FAA rules do require spare lithium batteries and power banks stay in the cabin. They cannot go in checked baggage. That way crews can respond quickly if a battery does catch fire. The FAA has a full breakdown about how to pack safely for your next trip on their website. Now to a new lawsuit over the new THC ban in Texas. The hemp industry is claiming the ban on nearly all of its products is unconstitutional and that it has led to massive job losses. Here's Tanya Eisler.
For years, you could walk into stores across Texas and buy products containing Delta-8 and other forms of THC. Now, buying those same products could get you arrested on a felony. The change took effect last month after a Texas Supreme Court ruling cleared the way for the state to classify Delta-8, Delta-10, and other THC variants as illegal. Low-dose Delta-9 remains legal. 4 hemp retailers sued the state this week. Their argument, Texas health officials went too far, banning products they contend federal law still defines as hemp. And they claim the crackdown does something else. Protects Texas's tightly controlled medical marijuana program from competition. Texas has roughly 14,000 stores licensed to sell consumable hemp.
Survey after survey for the past decade has shown that upwards of 60% of Texans want safe and legal access to cannabis products. Many of these stores are having to take upwards of 60% or more of the products off of their shelf. They got less than 30 days to come into compliance and get rid of their non-compliant and now completely illegal inventory.
The lawsuit claims more than 36,000 jobs have already been lost and retail sales have fallen by more than half. The retailers want a Travis County judge to temporarily block the ban while the lawsuit plays out. In Arlington, I'm Tanya Eisler.
After 14 years of movies under the stars, the final credits are about to roll for the Coyote Drive-In. But as Scoop Jefferson shows us, fans in Fort Worth aren't quite ready to say goodbye just yet.
They came early, grabbed popcorn, hoping to grab the best parking space here at Coyote Drive-In. But they're also here to make memories before this Fort Worth landmark closes for good. Before daylight ended Thursday, movie lovers
hello. Hi, what movie will you be seeing? Hello.
checked in at the gate. As car after car arrived,
and for screen 1, y'all will be screen 2.
Were employees.
And y'all are on screen 1, and screen 2, screen 3, screen 4.
At Coyote Drive-In.
I'm excited.
Very excited.
Very excited.
Have welcomed customers since 2013.
Our normal guest is probably here 2 hours early before the movie starts.
There's a decent little line at the box office.
Assistant Manager Brian Smith.
We try and keep ourselves a little bit ahead.
Oversees the staff as they prepare for movie night. Right down to the popcorn.
Hey, my heart's broken. I'm gonna miss this place.
It's a place.
Exogenous DNA, arachnid.
When nightfall unfolds, the drive-in scenes do too.
Oh, guys, I can't.
Parked cars tuned into FM radio, the widescreens under clear skies, with downtown Fort Worth as the backdrop, all going away soon.
We always knew we were kind of a temporary place mark here.
Coyote has been part of Chris Fortune's kids' lives, sharing photos from their early years at the drive-in. The property is part of the Panther Island Development Project for a new park, boardwalk, and luxury housing.
And I said, oh no! And he looked at me and he's like, what's going on? Like, what?
Sound like a family member died or something. Right?
Something is being done to at least keep Coyote in Fort Worth. Supporters are signing this online petition.
This is historic. We're not gonna find this nowhere else. Definitely not in Fort Worth.
Texas don't have too many drive-ins left.
Because it's very, very sad.
I can say we had a great run and enjoyed all the memories that we'll have.
Sad because after 14 years,
see, you've stumbled across my board.
The Coyote Drive-In movie screens will no longer be part of the city skyline. In Fort Worth, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
And that is a look at your North Texas headlines.